Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. I'm Inga. If you've had to deal with a narcissistic personality, this reading will be for you. I am going to look at each one of the zodiac signs per element, so it could be Sun, Moon, Rising, and in particular Venus sign. For a person you may have to deal with, or a person who you dealt with who was a narcissist. So we're going to look at it per zodiac sign. Don't forget that each one of us have a bit of a narcissistic tendency because it's about the ego and putting yourself first. I look at a narcissist as someone who's really taken it to the next level in terms of their exaggerated ability to exploit others who they supposedly love and care for. So I hope you enjoy the reading. I hope that you can take something away from it that might be helpful in helping you to cope with or manage your narcissistic or the narcissist in your life. So thank you and enjoy the readings. Bye-bye. This is for the narcissistic Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, who's a narcissistic personality type, and how you can cope with the narcissist who you probably still love and care about, by the way. We're going to go ahead and take both of those. So it seems to me that those of you who are dealing with a Capricorn who's a narcissistic personality type, that they have been in a process for selling you a story that perhaps only they can help you, or only they can heal you, or only they can fix you. I feel like they're selling something that makes you want to be dependent on them or forces you to be dependent on them. They could have given you an impression that you can't get on with life without them, or you can't be a success without them. They can also be in a situation where they have been setting you up for failure, or you can find that your Capricorn narcissistic person in your life has been setting you up for failure while they've been giving you the impression that everything will be okay. So what would this look like? This can be a situation where they told you to take out loans or out debt, or sign a contract for housing, for a car, whatever feels like a big purchase, and then that they would help you, but when it came time for them to help you, they withdrew their help, or they withdrew their assistance, or they withdrew their support. That's really what it looks like. Let's see if we can find out anything else. This is from the karmic standpoint, by the way, because this is a Symbolon deck. This is a Symbolon deck. Let's see what else is happening for those of you who are dealing with a Capricorn narcissistic person. So the karmic background issue would be that you have been quite reliant, or set up to be quite reliant on the Capricorn narcissist in some way, and you need their help or support. Somehow things haven't been set up for you to be independent in all of this, so you're reliant on them, and it seems to have been set up purposely in this way. I don't even read reversals, but this has come up. This Queen of Wands has come up in reverse, but I don't read reversals. It just got turned around in the deck. So we have the King of Swords and we have the Queen of Wands here. So yes, it seems to me like you have been dealing with the quiet powerful with this deliverance matched up with the King of Swords. someone who can be quite supportive or put on a face of being quite supportive, especially with the Phoenix here. Like, I will help you. I will stand by your side. I will be there. I will help you get back up on top. I will help you be a success with this. I will help you seek out your training and education. But then in the end, we have the golden cage. You're locked down to this. You have, can you see that? You're helped by them, but somehow then you're dependent on them. And you want to break away from this, whether you're a male or a female. You want to break away this dependency. It could also be that you share property or you share assets with this Capricorn, and they're using this as a type of leverage over your head. Like, if you leave me or if you break things off with me, then I'm taking the house, I'm taking the kids, I'm taking the apartment, I'm even taking the pets, and you'll be left with nothing. It looks like this. So let's see what you can do to manage this, or to try to get out of this situation. See, it seems to me like a lot of you with this Ace of Cups and with this Lovers, that very many of you are trying to find a way to manage this, or even mitigate the risk associated with losing out on anything associated with this Capricorn narcissistic person. It could be with the Queen of Wands and the Major Arcana Lovers, that you're setting up a backup plan, or you're trying to set up a backup plan. But then on the overall take of this, it looks like you're also trying to game this, or you're still believing in the promises that this feels like this Ace of Cups feels like promises. They're making promises that you find hard to not believe in, also with the star in the bottom of this. They're making promises, so you feel like if you toe the line, if you do what they tell you to do, and if you put yourself at this kind of a disadvantage, that you will get what you want in the end, or you will get what they promised in the end. But on the other hand, you have to put up with a lot of control out of them. They are controlling you, or overly controlling. And so what can you do to break this cycle, so to speak? Because I feel like any of you who are dealing with the Capricorn narcissist, whether that's a partner, an ex, the father or mother of your children, that it's hard to break out and get away from this for whatever reason. Wow. So again, we have the we have the Page of Cups, and we have the Seven of Cups. This feels like trying to look for backup plans, or trying to look for alternative ways to get out or beat them, or get what you need, get the success that you need, or get the leverage that you need to get out and away from the Capricorn. All major arcana, by the way. We have major arcana. Kunst, this is like temperance. We have major arcana, the Emperor. And we have major arcana, the Chariot. It's a lot of glare on that, the Chariot. So again, it seems to me that somehow a lot of you who are dealing with the Capricorn have been Capricorn narcissists, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. They have been able to back up their promises. They have been able to deliver on their promises, but they've backed you into a type of corner where you are overly dependent on them. And in order, especially with the Emperor here, you're just trying to, in a way with temperance, it's like you're trying to buy your time, or buy time. I feel like they also sense this, because we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands flaking temperance. It's also like they almost feel like, If they let too much go, even information, or they give you too much independence, and I mean by putting documents in your name or letting you have some type of an advantage that's legal, feels like a legal advantage, they can feel that you will take off and run with it. And they may feel like you will leave them behind. So they're making it where you're very dependent on them. Again, making a lot of promises that they do follow through with if you do what they say. So again, here I feel like this is also a lot of promises in order for you to be a success with the Chariot. But if you're that dependent on them, or also with the Chariot, I feel like you're not really a success until you can do this on your own in a way. Not to judge or make it like you're not doing it on your own. That's just what it seems to be. So how can they finally get away from this Capricorn narcissistic personality? What should be the move or the steps to break away? Where's this headed? What should be the moves or steps to break away from the Capricorn narcissist? We have the Ace of Pentacles next to the Ace of Cups. We have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have the 8 of Pentacles on top of Major Arcana. You know, this feels like this almost feels like being in a way with the Emperor and the 10 of Pentacles here, to be, you know, with the narcissist, anytime you confront them, you will have a battle. They do not like this head-on confrontation. But in some ways, it feels like you will have to make it clear that the next thing that will be done, or the next aspect of your life or business or objectives or goals or endeavors, it almost feels to me like with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, that you should force that you have this in your hand. This project will go in your name. This property will go in your name. This contract will go in your name. Otherwise, with the 8 of Pentacles and Major Arcana, the Lovers, it's like you almost call their bluff and say, okay, if you don't let me have this, if you do not let me do this, then I'll do it on my own. I won't take any more help from you. Also with the 7 of Cups, I'll figure this out on my own without you. I have other people that can help me, or I have the resources on my own to do it on my own. I appreciate your help, but no, it can't go like this anymore. It's almost like you also make, I'm getting with the narcissist, it's almost like you making the first move in a way too. Especially if you guys are at an impasse with the King of Swords, Major Arcana, Temperance, and then the Queen of Wands. I feel like this row is a type of an impasse. So it almost feels like if you're planning to get out of this or to leave the situation, it's like you can't hesitate in making the first move. This is also with the Chariot here, something about reacting first or being hesitant. It's like you can't hesitate, and in a way you can't give ultimatums. If you're going to do this, when you're dealing with a Capricorn narcissistic personality, you just have to act and do it. Otherwise, they'll have time to gain this and to get back on top and to keep the control with this. Do you see this woman in the golden cage here? It's a Similan deck. It's the karmic energy. So it's a bit of an odd type of a reading. I hope you guys can gather something like that. And as always, if you're dealing with a psychotic narcissist, please look for help. I'm not directing anyone to make any moves or take on a confrontation that can bring them into any kind of danger. Let's go ahead and read one of the good tarot. Here, pull one of the good tarot to end off this reading, because you know, when you're reading for a narcissist, I feel like the energy is quite negative anyway. So I would like to go ahead and pull one of the good tarots to close this out for the month of December. I'm wishing all of you a happy holiday. I hope you enjoy the holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. And if you're not celebrating a holiday, I wish you a nice December. Let's go ahead and pull one of these to see. Now we have the Queen of Air. So we have the King of Swords, we have the Queen of Wands, and now we have the Queen of Air. I'm going to go ahead and find that and then hold it up and read it to you, because I feel like there could be an interesting message in this. This is your final advice. This is setting healthy boundaries, strong self-esteem, calculated and true decisions, clear communication will organize a wordsmith. I have clarity of purpose. My intentions are in alignment with my understanding. There is always a strategy in the game called life. Can I let go of false truths and be rigorously honest with myself and others? I think that's a perfect message to end the reading. You guys go back and listen to it again. I wish you luck with dealing with your narcissistic ex, or your narcissistic Capricorn, or the narcissistic Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus in your life who you're still trying to manage. Thank you for joining me. I hope I see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.